I was part of Teague's club, named for Cheryl Teague's, one of the girls' clubs that we had. I was also active, obviously, in the Brilliant Teen Show. I also then worked at the YMCA when I graduated from Mount Holyoke College, my undergraduate. I was an assistant girls program director when Muriel Brunger was the girls program director and Zeno Moore was still head of the department. And I ran the programming for 3rd grade through 8th grade, and I ran all the summer day camp programs. And what else did I do with the YMCA? We did a lot of activities and volunteer activities through the Y. And I'm trying to think, I seem to have spent all my free moments at the YMCA when I was in high school and loved it. It was a place to get involved in almost everything, in social service, as well as we'd take retreats up to Camp Echo, and although I never spent my summer at Camp Echo, we'd take retreats up to Camp Echo, and I was active in all the club activities and volunteering through the Y. And it was my, I'd say, social connections, but also, more importantly, also service connections. And the people I met at the YMCA were just always interested in helping others. And that was a big thing that enriched my life greatly when I was in high school. And then, of course, Brilliant Teen is what really, as I said, launched me into the musical world and into taking music seriously, thanks to Brilliant Teen. Aside from all the friendships I made while doing Brilliant Teen. They had girls' clubs, and I don't know how we got, I don't remember how we got the name of Teague's Club, I don't know who thought of it, but I was a member of one of the girls' clubs, and we'd have inter-club activities, and we'd have meetings, and of course, oh, there was also plant room. We'd go on Friday nights, they'd have dances down in the plant room. And our club was named for Cheryl Teague's. I don't know who came up with the name. Well, it gave a place where, obviously, the girls, the young women, were involved in doing things, and we had activities with other clubs. I mean, we had from just social getting together, and then also, I remember a swim meet where we all participated in clubs, swam against each other and things. And again, it was a place where you get together, not for just, it wasn't partying. It was, we would do activities and to participate in things together against other clubs. And as I said, social service was a big thing. And volunteering at Pancake Day. And I remember flipping pancakes and cleaning plates and things, and helping with programs for the young kids too. And it gave a purpose rather than just, I can't imagine I don't know if in high school I didn't have these clubs and the YMCA, what I would have done after school, because everything was done, as I said, from music to sport to social service. It was all done through the YMCA. It was a home away from home, not that I needed a home away from home. I had a great home, and I have 2 great brothers and an older sister. So I wasn't looking for a home away from home, but it is where kids can get, that's interesting, the development of body, mind, and spirit, which is the triangle for the YMCA. And that is what, when you're in those teenage years and you're developing your body, mind, and spirit, and that is what the YMCA is best at, helping youth develop their body, mind, and spirit. Because that's when you are, in that age, in those years, that's where you are, finding out who you are. And in that atmosphere where goodness is in abundance. Because from the people who work there to the people, now I'll move to tears, from the people who work there to the people who volunteer there, the people who are members, I'd say goodness, honesty, all those values that often are forgotten about in our society today. Youth learn that. It's not that you learn that. You develop your body, mind, and spirit. I loved to sing all my life, but it was certainly the first time that somebody said you could be a leading singer in something. It was my first leading role in anything. And since that moment, then, from doing Brigadoon my junior year and Fiorello my senior year, then moving on into college, I wanted to pursue music more. And after undergraduate, at Mount Holyoke, I came to Northwestern for graduate school, did my master's, and was in the doctoral program when I then was recognized by the Metropolitan Opera, won their competition, and was recognized by the San Francisco Opera, won their competition, went to an Adler Fellowship and a Marilla training program at the San Francisco Opera, and that was back in 1982. And since my main stage debut at the San Francisco Opera in 1983, I've been a full-time opera singer, international opera singer, ever since. So we take it from 1973, where I did Brigadoon, up until 2009, and I've been a professional opera singer since. I still have not sung Brigadoon on Broadway yet, but I wouldn't do that. We made a lot of very, very close friendships during that time, and the friends that I made through Brilliantine are probably my closest friends from high school, are through Brilliantine, because you share that experience for months. And the first time that you share, the nerves, the panic, the fear of going on stage in front of your peers. But the fun rehearsals, we would just look forward to spending our afternoons at the YMCA to rehearse this. And my family still jokes with me because I could not read dialogue in the least bit. And I had to say, "I love you, Tommy." And I'd say, "I love you." I read it like I was reading the phone book. It was awful. But Hub Owen had the patience of a saint in working with us. And some of the happiest moments of my life is Brilliantine. And without Brilliantine, undoubtedly, I would have never become an opera singer. I would have never been in this profession without Brilliantine, because it's Brilliantine that gave me the performing bug and gave me the encouragement and the support and some of the techniques too, the performing techniques that I learned at Brilliantine. So not only professionally did it help me professionally, but it certainly in those years when a teenager is, again, building that body, mind, and spirit, but developing who they are as a person. I had the YMCA not only encouraging me in what turned out to be my profession, but also developing me as a person in an atmosphere where everyone was so incredibly loving and positive and believed in the goodness of the world and did a lot of service. We'd go and sing at retirement homes and, as I said, volunteered at Pancake Day, but we did a lot of volunteer work through the Y. And that teaches you how to give back. As much as the YMCA gave to me, we also were enlightened as to how much you get, how much you receive in respect to how much you give. The McGaw YMCA is love. It's loving support, loving encouragement, loving patience, loving inspiration, loving energy, still to this day. You take Bill Geiger and all those people at the YMCA, and Muriel Brunger, who's still one of my dearest friends, Zeno Moore, who's still one of my dearest friends. And all of those people have that loving goodness, honesty, just some of the best people on this planet who can do the best things for this world. Because this is what has value in life, the YMCA, and this is what this type of organization is what is important in this world, all over the world. But when you look at the problems that youth of today are having, societies are having today, when you look at the crime rate that's gone up so skyrocketed in Evanston, now being a professor at Northwestern, hearing about kids being mugged, robbed in the Burger King bathroom or things like that, these kinds of things, the youth has to have a place where they are, where love, honesty, goodness, giving back to society, where these values are instilled in youth. We desperately need that in our society. And where else are they going to get it? They're not going to get it in the schools. They have to get it outside of the classroom. And yes, I got it from my mother and father, because I was very lucky to be close to my mother and father. But to also get it, a lot of kids, the parents are off working. They're not at home in the afternoon. They don't have the time to give. And where else are you going to give if you don't have an organization for the YMCA? So 125 years going strong, I hope it's going to be another 125 years. We desperately need the YMCA, that we get even more youth involved, and that the programs are stronger, bigger, and not only for the Evanston YMCA, but for all the YMCAs around the United States and around the world. We need more people like Bill Geiger and Muriel Brunger and Zeno Moore affecting the youth of today as they affected me